Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about E20 fuel, a term that has been making headlines across India. But what exactly is E20, why is the government promoting it, and how can it benefit India, farmers and the environment? And why are some consumers concerned about it? Let's understand all of this in a simple way. Let's begin with the basics. What is E20? E20 is a blended fuel containing 20% ethanol and 80% petrol. Ethanol is a type of alcohol that can be produced from agricultural materials such as sugarcane, maize, and surplus grains. So instead of using completely petrol-based petrol, or I would say completely petroleum-based petrol, E20 introduces a significant share of ethanol into the fuel. And that simple number, 20%, is at the center of India's ethanol blending program. So why is India moving towards E20? There are major three reasons. Reducing dependence on imported crude oil, reducing carbon emissions, and third is to support farmers. Now let us understand the economic impact. According to the figures presented in this, replacing 20% of petrol demand with ethanol could potentially result in a very large savings in India's crude import bill. The figure highlighted here is approximately 22 lakh crore rupees. The broader idea is simple. If India can replace a portion of imported petroleum with the domestically produced ethanol, more money can remain within Indian economy instead of being spent on imported crude oil. There is also some environmental impact. Now the presentation or slides, as you can see, highlights an estimated 245 metric lakh tons of carbon emissions prevented so far through ethanol substitutes. The basic argument is that replacing a portion of conventional petrol with ethanol can help reduce the carbon footprint associated with the transportation. Now let's understand from the farmer's angle. Ethanol can be produced from several agricultural sources: sugarcane, maize, and surplus grains. Now these can be diverted towards ethanol productions. So as demands for ethanol increases, these crops can gain an additional market. Now comes the other side of the story. If E20 has so many potential benefits, then why is there controversy? If E20, one major concern is vehicle compatibility. Older vehicles may not have been designed specifically for higher ethanol blends. And then there is the issue of consumer choice. If E20 becomes the standard fuel available at petrol pumps, consumers with older vehicles may have limited alternatives. So the debate is not simply about whether E20 is good or bad, it is also about how the transition is managed. So what could happen next? The presentation discusses the possibility of providing E10 as a parallel option alongside E20, giving consumer greater choice. But providing two fuel options across thousands of petrol pumps would require significant infrastructures, transportations, and logistic arrangements. Therefore, future of ethanol blending will depend not only on government policy but also on how effectively India manages the transition for consumers, automobile manufacturers, farmers, and few retailers. Thank you.